Yo, what's up, bro? So I just finished watching Hamza's latest video. Today is March 31st. The video which he uploaded was the complete guide to making $10,000 a month. Um, I think the bracket there was like 5 years of income. Sorry, this this video might seem a bit lousy because it's 11 a.m. right now, and it's Ramadan time right now. So Ramadan Kareem for any Muslim brothers out there watching this. Um, yeah, so it just might be a bit lousy, and this was one of the call to action of one of the steps. So uh, yeah, I'm just gonna try and summarize it the best I can in my way. So the best way to make $10,000 a month, there's a 5 step process which goes in it, and I'll cover all the five in this video. I won't go in depth. His video was 2.5 hours long, and it was really valuable, and I can't really talk for that long, and I don't have the skills, and you probably won't even listen after like 3 minutes, but I'll try my best to explain it the best I can for you. All right, so what's the best way right now to get rich? What's the meta? So if any of you who aren't really like gamers or something, meta is meta is basically the most, like, the way that the top level players play in a game. So let's say, the game developers in Call of Duty, they they fix a patch. They're constantly updating the game, and they say, okay, so now this gun can do 5% more damage, and this character can, like, jump over walls, right? And then people are like, okay, like, I still want to use my previous character, I still want to use this gun because I'm comfortable with it. And then some top level player, he out of nowhere, he learns how to do double jump with walls, on double jump on the walls, instead of like just a single jump with that character. And and that gun which does 5% increase, he actually found a way that the gun can do 20% damage increase. They're like, wait, what, you can actually do that? And and then suddenly everybody in the game starts using it. And then people say like, bro, have you tried the current meta? Oh, this is the current meta. No, 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 bro, this guy can double jump over the wall. This is the meta. What is meta? And the meta, I don't mean by Facebook, bro. Like, that's not the meta that I'm talking about. Meta is an acronym that stands for most effective tactics available. So when I say what is the meta now to get rich, it means what is the best way to get rich. And before we get into what is the best way to get rich, what is the meta which we have been fed? And this is still meta which, I mean, 99% of the people follow. This is the meta which probably did work a long time back, but it doesn't now. That meta is the education system. I'm in the education system myself. I'm playing both the metas. I'm actually not playing the education system meta. I'm really trying to get rich by the new meta. But yes, education system is the old meta. What have you been told? Get good grades in school, then get a job, then work at that job like a good boy, save your money, like don't buy coffee, don't go to fancy places to eat, just save. You can go to like Mauritius after you're like 60 or something. Save up, invest in the stock market. On like $100, get like probably like $3 every year. And then buy a house, get it on a mortgage, because like mortgages work. You just have to pay like $500 every month for the next 30 years of your life. Get a wife, get kids, settle down in that house, and yeah, just slave away at your job until you're like 65, and then probably if you're rich by then you can retire. That is the meta which we have been fed. And probably anyone who's watching this right now, you have clicked on this video is because you have been playing the meta. Because if you already knew the new meta, you wouldn't be watching this video, especially not mine. Like, bro, I'm nowhere as close to Hamza. Also, I'm just trying to explain it the best I can to you. So let's talk about the current meta. The best way to get rich right now in today's current economy and the way how the world works right now is to become a synthesizer. Now you will be asking, what is a synthesizer? So I don't know the exact terms, but I will, again, like I said, this video is all about making that information that I learned right now in ways that I can explain it to you. A synthesizer, from my knowledge, is basically a curator of information. So if you don't know what curator is, imagine a website, imagine a limousine website, okay, like where people go to like book a limousine, probably from the airport or probably for their cruises or parties or anything. So they go to this website and they find like a bunch of like limousine companies, and they're like, oh, okay, this limousine, or the Dodge one, or the Hummer one, and all that. The website on which they're searching, the guy who owns the website doesn't know jack shit about limousines. The guy is just serving as a host for all those limousine companies. All the limousine companies are within this website. All of them, they list themselves over here. And the people who want to get a limousine, they go to this website because they know that the best limousine companies are listed over here. So they won't go out anywhere else in the World Wide Web to search for a limousine, to book for a limousine. So the guy who made this website, he's a curator because he has basically filtered a ton of limousines. He has filtered them down into this one website. He has curated all that information. 1,000,000 limousines down to like the top 10, the top 50, the top 100 in New York, in Atlanta, in Canada, anywhere. Now, that was an explanation for a curator. What I'm trying to explain to you is what a synthesizer is. So a synthesizer is someone who curates information and presents them in his or her own way. So right now I'm synthesizing Hamza's video on how to get rich with the new meta. I'm the synthesizer right here, right now, because I am curating that information and I am presenting it to you in my own words. That's called being a synthesizer. And being a synthesizer is the way you get rich today. Now, since you know what a synthesizer is, let's get down to the real things. How to be a synthesizer. There are 5 steps in being a synthesizer. Number 1, you consume/learn. Number 2, you implement. Number 3, you teach. Number 4, you brand. And number 5, the final step, you monetize. I'll go over all these 5 steps. I'll just overview them. Alright? Number 1, learn. So if any of you have seen my previous videos, I am currently in the real world right now. Andrew's the real world, where I'm studying copywriting. And it's like a Discord server, and in one of the pages of that server, Andrew, like, he gives his life lessons. And one of those lessons was that, education is for cowards. People who read books are too scared to go out in the real world and learn it themselves. That's why they be a pussy and, like, just learn it from a book. And after I read this, and lately I've been consuming a lot of Andrew's content online, and I like his mindset about, being strong, being like a man, and, being like rough. And I was having clashes between who to listen to. And yeah, Hamza and Andrew both are really good role models to listen to. So I just combine most of them. I combine these two: Iman, Simon Sinek, Andrew Huberman, Jordan Peterson, all my Dream 100. I read books every day. I'm on my self-improvement journey, and I read books every day, or I read consistently. The last book that I, like, completely utterly read was, from, like, cover to cover, was The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco, which is a completely fucking amazing book. After that, the book which I read, which I left midway, was .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. And the thing is that I used to keep on reading these books, and I used to get, like, knowledge, and that's what I learned from Hamza. This is where my journey started, where I learned from the greatest minds that are out there. And I don't need to spend a lot of money, because they have, like, curated that information. They have synthesized it. And after I read this quote from Andrew Tate, I started feeling guilty. I'm like, yeah, like, should I really learn from books? Should I not really implement it? At on one side there's Hamza saying, you can save years of your life when you learn from the mistakes of others. And that quote which goes, smart men learn from their own mistakes, but wise men learn from the mistake of others. So on one side there's this, where I should be learning from good minds out there, great minds out there. And on the other side, it's Andrew Tate saying, just go all in, and do the fucking work. Just stop reading books. And at some point, I thought it was true. I used to watch Hamza videos every day because I kind of got addicted to it. And it's not really a bad thing to get addicted to self-improvement, but what happens is that you start masturbating mentally. And if you know what mental masturbation is, it's kind of like procrastination, where you think that you're doing something productive, but you're really not. You think watching self-improvement videos on YouTube is productive. It's not. You think watching gym TikToks to hype yourself up is something which I do. You think it's productive. It's not. It's absolutely not. That's called mental masturbation. But what Hamza said in this video actually has sparked my desire to want to read books again. And I'll explain how it combines, everything combines in this. In order to start the synthesizing process, you need to learn things. And the way how you learn things is basically what you consume. I consume almost every video of Hamza. Every new video that comes out, like, within that day I watch the video, even though it's like 1.5 hours, 2 hours long. This was like 2.5 hours long. It's gonna be 11:30 right now, and I'm gonna have to wake up at 4:30, 4:45 something, so that I can take my fast. But I still, I'm still consuming the content, and It's because it's valuable. Why I say that is because you need to consume actual good content if you want to get a good amount of, not success, but if you actually want to give value to people, you have to consume good content. And if you don't really give value to people, people won't give their money to you. That's what it comes down to. I i am on YouTube, but I consume a lot of educational content, most of which comes from Hamza, mindset content which comes from Andrew, sometimes financial content which comes from Iman, kind of like human skills content which comes from Simon Sinek, if you know about him. Very great, very good speaker. And after consuming all this content, only recently I've started to implement a framework for learning this and to be able to teach them. So my goal with this YouTube channel is to basically did what Hamza did, is to just teach what I've learned. So what do you learn? You'll be like, bro, what's like the most profitable niche to get into? Bro, is it self-improvement? No, self-improvement is it's so saturated. Bro, I'll just get into finance, or like I'll just do fitness or something. The the best answer I can give you, and like you'll be really happy to hear, is that you can literally quite honestly talk about anything and you can gain success in that. Bro, YouTube is a very vast, it's the most broad social media out there, where every kind of person, every type of person is there. If you're an introverted basketball player, it's there. If you're an egoistical financial guru, like it's there. You just need to find them. You can consume any kind of content you want, and you can find the right person for it, who will interest you, who will spark their interest, and again, you can just like teach it. Kind of went off track, but the point is that you can learn anything you want. If you want to get into any specific niche, bro, you don't need to. You just every day you wake up and you'll be like, oh bro, today I'm interested in running, and that's what I'm interested in now. Like, I think once the summer starts, I'm gonna start running, so I might make some running videos about it. So I'll research about that, I'll watch videos, I'll consume content about that, and then I'll make videos about running. As simple as that. Whatever interests you, just go on the internet and just find it and just consume it. Consuming content is not bad. That's what I realized today, a few hours back. I do need to think about how consuming content weighs out with mental masturbation, but on the macro side, on if you look at it from a bit far away, almost many times consuming the content is good, because even if you're not implementing it right now, the fact that you are consuming it is knocking into your head again and again. And when something is knocked in your head again and again, it starts changing your beliefs, and it takes control of the decisions you make on the daily basis. That's why watching self-improvement content every day was not really a bad thing, which I realized today. Because like now I've changed, all my thinking is that, oh, you know what, this is not productive. I don't want to do this. It's not going to get me money. And although that somewhat goes into a toxic way, but I'm like, it's an embodiment of self-improvement, right? And this is where I would say to you that you need to be very mindful of the content you consume. So again, weighing out the scales, find a balance between consuming educational good content, which you'll find in long form content like podcasts for like 90 minutes 120 minutes. Videos like Hamza. Find the balance between this and between mental masturbation, just mindlessly consuming content. A good rule of thumb would be just consume one huge podcast. For example, if you're like me and if you're interested in neuropsychology, you can consume Andrew Huberman. He gives he gives examples of neuropsychology, something which you can apply in your everyday life. So that's, if you're if you're interested in that, then go ahead, just watch this one podcast every day and just write about the learning lessons, something which connected with you. Don't be afraid to invest in this. We live in a time where our information is abundant and information is free. Even if YouTube wasn't there, and even if you could just read, you could just open Google, which is free. You could open Wi-Fi, which you can find anywhere. And if you're watching this video, obviously you have Wi-Fi. You could go on the web, on Google, how to run. You'll get like fucking 10 pages with 15, that's like 150 search results on how to run. And you don't even need to do that. People go to YouTube today if they want anything. I go to YouTube today. How do I pick with my guitar? I just go to YouTube. What's the best bottle to buy without BPA? Bro, I go to YouTube. And I'm not glorifying YouTube over here. People go to TikTok to find information. TikTok is also a place where I have learned quite some things, where subreddit videos, etc. Instagram, I wouldn't say much. Twitter is a place for political views. Snapchat is just for socializing sometimes. I don't know what information you get on Snapchat, but you can see we live in a time where information is abundant, so you can literally find anything that interests you on this piece of device, that you're watching. What is your call to action for this first step? So the first step, again, I'll say it is learning. And the call to action over here is just pick your fucking interest. Pick anything that you're interested in, and it doesn't need to be one specific thing for a prolonged period of time. Pick literally anything that interests you today, learn about it, and once you feel like you've learned enough about it, just make a video about it. That's it. Now, cut that last part out. Don't make a video about it yet. I'm gonna say just learn about it as much as you can. This is the end of step 1. Your call to action is to pick whatever interests you and ruthlessly consume content mindfully. Step number 2, implement. We learn and then we implement. Now, I haven't implemented this framework. This framework is literally for life, for 5 years, 10 years, and I just learned about it and I'm teaching it to you. There is value in that still. I have set intentions that and I've already told you at the start of this video that I'm going to teach you what I just learned. So I think you know what you can expect from this video. You can very truly teach someone something that you just learned without implementing it, but implementation goes a really long way. Now you may ask, why do I need to implement it? Why don't I just make the YouTube video quick so that I can get some views? The thing is that when you haven't implemented it in your life, you don't really have a story to tell. Right now, I could literally open my laptop and play Hamza's video, and I'll be like, oh, this is the story he told me, and I can try to act like him and I can tell the exact story that he did, but that wouldn't seem authentic, would it? I have notes right here on my whiteboard, but I don't want to look at them and say it. I'm just free flowing right now. It's important to be authentic about what you're teaching. This is something called paradox of practice. Tell me, would you really go to a gym and you'll be like, shit, what the hell should I do? If it's your first time in the gym, and then would you really listen to the fat guy who's telling you to do stretches for 1 hour? I mean, unless you're like fucking dumb, you would do that, but no offense. But you would think that, wait, why is this fat guy giving me fitness advice? That doesn't make sense. He's not really fit, so like, is he really validated to give me advice? I don't know if that's the real word, validated, if that's the correct word, sorry. This is something called paradox of practice. So right now you will be inclined not to listen to me. You'll be like, bro, why the fuck should I listen to this guy? This guy's not rich. And yeah, bro, that's completely true. And that is why I have told you that I am teaching you my learnings from a rich guy, so that I have the credibility, so that you know that I'm not trying to fake it. I haven't learned it, but I believe in this framework, and that's why I'm teaching it to you. So there is some conviction in my speech. And you need to have that for every video that you make, because you need to actually provide value to whoever is giving you their valuable time, right? And the best way you can do that, the best way you can do that is by implementing it in your life, getting the results, and then portraying those results in the form of a story. Right now, I don't have results to portray to you, but I am teaching something which I really believe in. So, and I am going to implement this, obviously. I am implementing this right now in some way. Step 2 is implementation. The reason again why you should implement it is because whoever is watching you, he needs to have a reason to watch you, and he'll only have a reason to watch you if he actually connects with you. And if he actually connects with you is if he feels like your story matches to his, and you'll only have a story if you set out to make one. A point from my whiteboard over here is that you need to learn and implement and make progress in your lives to be able to synthesize it into your own words. That's what I just meant with storytelling. You have to be able to tell what actually happened in your findings after you implemented the knowledge that you consumed, and then teach it. Why should you implement? Point number 1, it increases depth of understanding, and there aren't really many points. It increases depth of understanding. So when you actually implement, like for example, you watched a Dr. Huberman podcast about sleep, and like how like circadian rhythms and ultradian rhythms work. This is something that I learned a few months back. And once you implement that sleep tactic, let's say, in your sleep, you'll be like, yo guys, like I listened to Dr. Huberman. He told about the sleep tactic. This is the idea which he had. This is the idea that I implemented, but this idea didn't really work, so I tried implementing this instead that I learned from this guy. And he said this, and I implemented this. It was working a bit, and then I took this part of the idea from Huberman and I integrated that, and then I found this, and then that's what I'm giving it to you. You see how that works? So the man, imagine I was that man. I consumed that process, I made that story in my mind, I implemented it, and now I'm teaching it to you. That's how it works. And it increases your depth of understanding, and you don't really need to then like look at notes. You can actually speak from real life experiences, so that's really valuable. Other thing, once you learn something and you start implementing, once you learn something for the first time, you'll be like, wait, is this really true? And then you start implementing it, and then you'll be like, oh, probably it is true. For example, with meditation, when I started meditating first, uh, it was hard, like how it is, for anyone. And when I was learning it from Hamza, when I was learning meditation from Hamza, he's like, in 2 weeks you'll be able to at least maintain your focus on your breath for like 5 minutes, and then you won't see that on one single day. It will just happen. And after like 2 3 weeks of consistent meditation, I was meditating once, and out of nowhere, when I'm meditating, when I'm focused on my breath, I'm like, oh shit, I'm focused on my breath. This is what Hamza said. So although the meditation cycle broke, but you can see when you implement the practices, you start connecting the dots. All thoughts, you get like a million thoughts in your head every day, bro. I think on an average it's like 50,000, 100,000. I don't know the exact number. But when you learn things, everything that you learn is stored in your brain. Each and everything is stored in your brain. You have no idea how much information the brain can really stand. Not even scientists know that. And you might think of this as, you might relate to this as deja vu. And like deja vu is basically you seeing dreams and then those dreams happening. The only thing that is happening is that the pathways in your brain, the neural pathways in your brain, which have already seen that in your dream, are kind of recognizing a similar pattern over here. And then your thoughts from the dream connect to your thoughts in the reality, and you're like, oh shit. And then that's the deja vu. The thoughts have connected, the map has been made, the web has been formed. And this is why you need to consume first and then implement it also, so that you will also have that awe moment. You'll be like, oh shit, this is how it connects. This is how gratitude works. This is how the muscle is built. The dots need to connect so that you can have the best possible speech you can give, best possible value you can give to your viewer. By all means, if you want to explain what you learned right now, you can, but this is the best way to go about it. Step 2 is implementation. And you might get brain farts over here, and you might again masturbate mentally over here. You'll be like, yeah, I don't feel like doing it. You'll read a book, you'll be like, oh, that's a good idea, but I have the school assignment to do, bro. You have to take action right now. That's the most important part of the implementation process. You have to implement it right there and then, whenever you get the thought. As I was watching this video, I was making notes over here, and in the next section of this video, which I'm going to cover, Hamza said to make a video about something in the next 24 hours. And quite honestly, from then I was just thinking, I'm like, oh shit, I have to make a video. So like now I was listening to him more attentively, because I wanted to teach this, and this is what I'm doing right now. If I could have given many excuses, I would say that I'm fasting, I'm thirsty, bro. I'm 35 minutes into this video and I'm really thirsty. I could be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow after my fast is broken, and yeah, and then after my fast is broken, I'll be like, oh no, I have to go to gym, and I just ate a lot of food, I feel lazy, bro. You have to take action the second that thought comes in. That's the key over here. I can't really persuade you right now because I don't have the skills to persuade you, but I just hope you can take that. The best way to make this work is so that whenever you get the thought, you would directly go out and bloody implement it. That's the call to action. Whenever you get the thought, implemented. So if kind of like you're a YouTuber and you're also having a thought right now, I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Probably just close my video right now and like just write that on your whiteboard or on a piece of paper and then make a video about it and just say whatever you learn from me. You'll be like, you know this YouTuber Maz, he said this thing, and but I don't think it's that. I think it's really wrong because when I saw the Hamza video, so you get what I'm saying. One thing I forgot to mention is a summary of the definition of a synthesizer. So let me just reiterate it. What is synthesizing? Synthesizing is basically you consume, you learn, you implement, and then you just teach it in a better and a quicker way. You basically learn something and you teach it in your own words. Synthesizing is basically talking about what you have learned. That's all synthesizing is. Oh shit, I'm blind. Oh fuck, I'm blind. I can't see myself in the camera. Shit, alright. Learn is step 1, implement is step 2. Third step, teaching. So every time I'm telling you, I've been like hinting at it that first you consume the content and then you just teach it, and then I implement also isn't the way, either way. So a few points that I listed here is something what I just covered. The thing is that the first way that I said is that just teaching it even if you haven't learned it. That's one way to go about the teaching process. Sorry about that. The first way to go about the teaching process is teaching even if you haven't implemented it. This is something that I'm doing right now. This is a long process for like many years, but I'm teaching it to you right now still. That's one way to go about it. And then the second way I told you is the long way. It's to actually implement it, right? And this also connects back into taking action at the time. Like 2 hours back, Hamza told me you have to make the video right now in 24 hours, and that's what I'm doing. And like I said, you need to implement so that you have a story. So you have to tell your own story about what you learned, why it worked out and why it didn't work out. That's the next point. Now, the main question you will have right now about teaching, and the main question which I had and which I will always have and I am having right now: why will someone listen to me? Like literally me right now at the start of this video, I told you that I learned this from Hamza out of a 2.5 hour video, and he provided insane value, and I told you that I'll just be curating the information, I won't go into depth. So basically this video isn't as much valuable to you as much as his would be, but why would you listen to me? That's the question. It's because I'm like you. Hamza is way more successful. He has $100,000 a month in earnings, and he's like a rich guy. He's a down-to-earth guy, and he talks to his viewers the same way I'm talking to you. But you would listen to me because I'm broke like you. You would listen to me because I don't have a good beard like you. You would listen to me because I probably sound introverted. You would listen to me because I don't really have good speaking capabilities like you. You would probably listen to me because you're Muslim and you also have to wake up tomorrow for fasting. You would listen to me because you relate to me. that is why you would listen to me. That is why anyone would listen to you. That is why you should make a video about what you learned and not think about, oh, bro, who's gonna watch me? Bro, people will watch you. Every person is unique in their own way. Even if you would copy me, ditto, same to same. Even if I were to copy Hamza, ditto, same to same. Number one, that would be inauthentic. And number two, even though I would copy him 100%, there would still be 9.01% difference. Because I am my own person. I have come from a different path of life, and my everything, even the small tiniest things, the way how I present myself, the way how I'm talking, the way how I'm just presenting the ideas. The point is to be relatable. And the best example that I can give you is, imagine there was a guy on YouTube who made videos about finance and basketball. And he said a thing like, so that's when the client he came in the conference room and he dunked a $10,000 deal on me, like bam. And then a guy was watching basketball, he's who is, you know, wanting, aspiring to be rich, he'll watch this guy's video and be like, bro, dunked in a $10,000 contract, bro, you know, like, they will start to connect. And this guy who probably had 0 subscribers, he actually has 1 subscriber right now. I am 40 minutes into this video, bro. I have 0 subscribers. Why would you watch my video? It's because you relate to me. Because I'm as broke as you are. You need to understand that YouTube is, like I said, a vast space where there's all kinds of people, and the internet is a vast sea where you can find a role model, a mentor, or a person similar like you. Bro, you're not unique. You're not the only one right now. There are millions of people like you. You just need to find them. And probably there are a million people who are like you, who are presenting to you for free via YouTube. And if they're doing it, and if they're just gaining even $100, bro, there's no reason on earth why you couldn't. You just have to go out and teach. There's no reason for me to make this 45 minutes. It's gonna be an hour long, bro. There's really no reason for me to do this. But I am, because I probably want to get some friends. I probably want to be around people who are like me. One point that I'm noted on my whiteboard is that there's value in not being perfect, which is what I just mentioned. Everyone has their own caveat. If I am actually introverted, and probably if you are a very extreme introvert, you'll be like, damn, you know, like this guy is showing some signs of introverted, but he's still talking. Like, bro, how is he talking? And what is he saying? So if you're an introvert watching this, you'll be like, oh damn, you know, like this guy's like me. I think I can listen to him. If I was some like alpha white male who was like who was wearing a suit, a tie, and I was speaking like this, bro, like, you know, some OG dog, bro. Bro, would you would you really listen to me? I mean, unless or until you were that kind of, you know, G-dog, some hipster kind of guy, then you would. But that wouldn't really be authentic to me, and that wouldn't really turn out well in the long run, bro. Stay true to yourself. You will attract your kind of people, bro. You are not special. You're not the only one that there is. There are millions of people like you, and if you put yourself out there first, bro, you're ahead of them. They are giving you their time, which will in turn give you money. Take the step. this point comes back to the first point about learning. When the question aroused in your mind that what niche should I do, what niche should I really specify, and what's the most viral niche right now? The niche is you. You are the niche. Your face, your speaking, whatever you teach, that's the niche. Bro, if I only made videos about meditation, I would only gain like 50 subscribers. But yeah, like somewhere down the line, I would sell them a product for a meditation course or something. And they would be like, oh yeah, like I love meditation, I'm a fucking monk. But if you only like stick to one niche, bro, where are you gonna end up? Like right now, I would say I'm in the self-improvement niche. And in self-improvement, like imagine self-improvement as an umbrella, and under that umbrella there's meditation, gratitude, there's fitness, there's dieting, nutrition, there's women, there's spirituality, there's everything. And if I'm interested in this umbrella of self-improvement, I can literally wake up any day and be interested in any of these topics. One day I'll be interested in learning about women, and I'll teach that to you, and another day I'll be like, I just want to run, like what is fitness about, and I'll teach about that. It's not about the videos you make, it's about what you teach and how you teach it. If you're actually interested in what you teach, bro, you will attract the people who want to watch you for who you are. Bro, they'll click on your video. The second it's out, they'll click on your video because it's you who's talking. They'll be like, oh bro, this guy started off, I've seen him also. So like he was first starting about fitness, but now he's into finance, bro. Let's see. I remember he used to say that money is all evil, but now he has made a video about how to make like online income. So like let me listen to him. That's what they'll think. It's what you teach. You can't be tying yourself down to just one specific thing, because that really won't work out in the long term, will it? Whatever you're interested in, just go out, learn it, and just teach it. That's what I told you in the first one. Just pick your interest. It can be anything. You can make money talking about anything online, because there is a market for those people. There's a market for everything today. So far, we have covered the 3 steps out of the 5. Learning, implementing, and teaching. All the 3 steps right now, till now, were about taking action, and you should always start over here, and for months you should be doing this. The next step is where money is to be made. Step number 4, branding. Like I mentioned in my previous steps, to be authentic, and whatever you teach, you should actually have conviction in it, and you should actually have implemented it so that you can tell a true story, and then the viewer will relate to the story. Building a personal brand is just combining your knowledge that you've learned about something and mixing it with your personality. Knowledge, personality, this make up the best personal brand. Sorry. I watch Hamza every day. I used to watch him every day when he used to milk out the content. Now also when he posts a video, I watch him almost every day, bro. Why? Even if it's something that I'm not extremely 100% interested in, I'll still watch him. Why? Because he has gained my trust. He has given me a lot of value, and I can't help but give my value back to him by viewing his videos, giving him my time. Sorry bro, I've been burping a lot. Iftar, I just eat a lot while breaking my fast. Sorry about that. Again, like I said, to build a personal brand, you need to be authentic, and you know the the advice of be yourself that actually works out over here. This is the first time I'm making such a long video, and this is the first time I'm not really have any like notes. I do have these points over here, but I'm referring to these points after I have free flowed everything. So I hope you can see that. I hope this video is valuable to you right now if you have been watching it. Being yourself is actually the advice you need to go with. And if you're like a stupid fucking spurg, and you don't have any good habits, then probably it's time to get on to self-improvement. Try to make yourself better and actually be proud of yourself, because this is the cliche thing. If you don't really love yourself, then you won't be confident in yourself. If you don't be confident in yourself, it won't really show on camera. And probably that will be good in some ways, because probably there's a little kid out there, a 13-year-old who's not really confident in himself, and then he'll relate to you. But always seek to improve yourself and just be authentic. And being authentic with yourself is not just, I'm not talking about the videos, it's a way of life too. Being authentic with yourself and with people around you even brings stable relationships in your life, with women and with people. And when you are authentic with your woman, that leads to a good long-term relationship. And bro, this is branching off into women, bro. It's just a thing. You should start being authentic. Starts with this. If you're authentic to yourself, to your camera, and if you can actually embrace yourself for who you are, bro, you're gonna attract people like you. And if you attract people like you, those people will be authentic with you. It's a win-win. And yeah, it may seem scary. For me, it is very scary. Bro, I don't have a single friend. My social skills are absolute shit. I'm currently in my anti-people phase because of an emotional crisis right now. I don't like to talk to people, and I haven't talked to anyone in like a week. It is tough, but you can start as little as this. This is basically me talking to myself, kind of. But I don't mind it. I'm authentic, and I hope you can also see that and find some value in it. And the next point that I mentioned over here is that you don't need everybody to like you. If everybody likes you, bro, that's a really fucking, you need to see what you're doing, because if everybody likes you, that means you're not really offending anyone. And if nobody hates you, that means nobody really loves you either. And I don't mean that to be cheesy, but actually think about it. If you're not really polarizing someone on a specific topic, neither do you have haters, which is a good thing, but nor do you have fans, lovers. Let's take, for example, Donald Trump. There are people who fucking hate him to the core. Example, my dad. And there are people who love him, who think he's a man, who think he's the best president. I'm not telling you to go out and polarize people. The point that I'm trying to hit home over here is that it's okay to have haters, but when you have haters, you'll actually get the next best thing, which is the point. 1,000 true fans. Let me say that again. 1,000 true fans. 1,000 true fans is a goal you should aim towards. True fan is a person who's basically, I'm not gonna say, again, who's basically in love with you, and that doesn't mean you know what I'm saying, bro. It's not about, oh bro, I love you, and it's not that shit. It's basically they will listen to everything you say. They really believe in you, and not just blindly. It's because you have given them a reason to believe in you. It's because they place their trust in you, and there's a valid reason for that. Like I told you, I'm kind of like a 90% fan of Hamza, probably a true fan, I would say. Because I watch every one of his videos. I I've subscribed to a, that YouTube membership thing that happens. I've clicked on it, and I've subscribed to it. It's like $5.50 for me. And I wouldn't say I'm like 100% true fan because I haven't purchased any one of his product. But bro, I literally watched every one of his videos. I watched a 2.5 hour long video, and I have been recording this now for an hour because he told me to, and I would do it anyway. Probably not actually, but I would do it sometime. I would be like, oh, this is what I learned. So just like how I am a true fan of his, probably you may be a true fan of me, and probably if you implement this, then you'll have a true fan for yourself. And 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18, 20, it'll just multiply. And once you have at least 1,000 true fans, bro, that's enough. It's not about getting 1 million subscribers. No, not even 100,000 subscribers. Bro, if you literally have, let me do the math right now just to see if I'm 100% correct. Even if you have 50 true fans right now who actually believe in everything that you see and do, because you give them a reason to, obviously. This is not like some cult or anything. Even if you have 50 true fans, and you make a product for like $197 or $200, which is the best price in which you should sell a product, a lower end type of product. $200 and only 50 true fans. That's $10,000. We haven't even reached to step 5 and $10,000. Imagine 1,000. I have to do the math. $200,000. You sell you make one $200 course and you sell it online, bro. That's $200,000 for 1,000 true fans. If you keep doing one YouTube video, let's say a week, for like 2 years, you really think you won't get at least 1,000 subscribers, and you don't think at least 10% of those subscribers, which is 100 people, will be your true fans? I mean, unless you have been inauthentic with yourself and not taken the advice that I've given in this video, yeah, you probably will. Probably you'll have only 50, and all the 50 is better than nothing. You could be better. You could have 1,000. That's the goal. 1,000 true fans. That's all it really takes to be successful. You need 1,000 people to really believe in you, but that doesn't come easy also. You need to really give them value. I probably won't even get a single view on this video, but I'm still providing this value to you. Why? It's because I want to give value. I want to really teach you how to make money, and probably anybody who stumbles upon this video and actually watches the whole length, they'll be like, damn bro, this guy's had 0 subscribers and he made an hour-long video at like, bro, it's 12 right now. Fuck, it's 12 a.m. when he has to wake up in 4 hours. Damn bro, this guy actually like cares about us, bro. He's a nice guy. He's a good man. And then they'll become a fan. By giving value to people, they place their trust in you, and once you hit that spot again and again and again, you'll become your fans. That's how you build a personal brand. Knowledge, authentic personality, it's the best weapon you can have. Build 1,000 true fans with this, you'll be good on your way to success. Now, the last point, I'll make a transition. This is a transitional premise into the last point, step 5. So if you have reached here till step 4, and like you have actually reached here, like in your life, like you have actually built a brand, and now you have completed all the 3 steps, you have been consistently posting videos, and now you're trying to build a brand. You have to increase the number of your fans, in volume. You have to make them love you by being authentic. And this is probably something which you're scared of, which kind of I'm also scared of. You have to sell them a product. Don't sell them, bro. Don't sell them. Okay, that's human trafficking. Make them like an exceptional product which you really think is exceptional and sell it to them. This is the premise from which we are going to go into step 5. The final step, monetization. Quick summary of what we have covered so far: learn, implement, teach, brand, monetize. This last section will be very short because it's more on the technical side. Water, please. To monetize, the rule of thumb: one product, one platform, and one avatar. You have to have one product that you absolutely fucking believe in, that you won't feel guilty for selling because you actually believe that this product actually gives 10 times, 100 times more value to you, and you won't feel afraid of selling it because, bro, I know this will change your life. So yeah, I'm not afraid to sell it. One product. Specialize in one product. That's all you need. One platform. All the social media gurus will tell you, oh, just make the YouTube video, and then like, hire some guy and like make shorts, and then post him on TikTok, post him on YouTube Shorts, post him on Instagram Reels, and then when you make your product, just put an IG page, and then on your IG profile and do this, and then on Twitter you have to be active, and because your political opinions matter, and then after from your Twitter you have to, bro, one platform. The best place. If you are undecided on which platform to use, ask yourself the question: what platform do you consume the most? If you're watching this video, if you're watching this hour-long video, it's probably YouTube. If you're probably a spurg, and I don't mean that to be offensive, but everybody uses Instagram these days. Okay, Instagram. But if you want to actually provide value and make long-form content, not actually long form content, but actually if you want to provide value which comes from long form content, you can. YouTube is the best way because the attention spans of people on TikTok is fucking psst. On Instagram it's psst. Snapchat also. Twitter is toxic as far as my knowledge goes. YouTube is a good platform if you actually want to educate people. Now let's say if your niche is probably entertainment or something, yeah bro, fair enough, go ahead. You can actually choose. Like I said, whatever platform you consume on the most, start over there, right? One avatar. You should sell to that one specific type of person, and this is where you actually think about what kind of person you want to attract. Like, who is your number one dream customer? You have to actually sit down for hours and think, like, what is his day like? What does he do from morning till evening? What is his fears? What makes him feel good? What does he hold valuable to himself? What are his values? You have to actually sit down and think about this shit. And again, it's a long process, but the rule of thumb for monetization: one product, one platform, and one avatar. Now, after I've given this rule of thumb, be like, what's the product? People usually start with online coaching, which is kind of a good place to start. This is kind of like an online coaching, bro. If I had 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, bro, I would sell online coaching. I'd be like, yeah, $50 an hour, hop on the call with me for an hour, and I will I will tell you like where you can make improvements in your self-improvement journey or in your meditation, or probably you're like going through a breakup, so I can help you. There's online coaching, but one thing about online coaching is that it takes a heavy toll on your head. There's negativity that comes in your head. You'll probably get emotionally exhausted very soon by listening to people talking about their problems and you being the helper. So, I mean, you can do that as a starting point if you like just want to get like a few quick bucks to quit your part-time job. Probably you can. Next best thing after online coaching would be an online course. So you could make a course for as low as $47. That's, I think, the least price. I think that's like a mini product. That's not even a course. Cut that out. I think the least amount of course value is in $197, and the greatest amount of course value is $1,997. And these numbers are actually proven to convert most. That's why I'm saying them. So the lower on the lower end, if you want to sell a product, let's say just like 50 workout templates and 10 week nutritional meal plan, sell it for $197. If you want to if you want to sell a full like productivity course, you know, about like this app to use and these templates to use, and you have to do this and these are the practices you have to do every day, and like you have learned a lot, 1997, you can probably make a course of that value and sell that to them, but it has to be of that value. That's the second best thing. And like, again, I'm teaching you what Hamza has taught me and he taught me right now. I also thought making a product was the best thing and selling it to them. But again, let's go back to the meta. The meta right now to make quick money and in the best way and in the most fulfilling way. The way how you monetize your traffic, your subscribers, your 1,000 true fans. You give them a paid online community. That's it. You can literally give them a paid online community for $99 a month. And even if you have 10 people who join that, bro, you're making $1,000. And if you have 100 people who join that, which probably in 6 to 7 months of YouTube, bro, you'll get that kind of following, at least 100 true fans. 100 times 100, $10,000 a month. And if you hit the milestone of 1,000 true fans, $100,000. Yeah, that's $100,000. And if you're actually serious about this and you gain more true fans, well, the sky's the limit, bro. That's the secret. Not quite a secret anymore, right? It's not an online coaching, it's not product. If you want, you can sell product, but like I said, the rule of thumb in monetization: one product, one avatar, and one platform, right? So whatever platform you use, like ClickFunnels, Kajabi, I think Hamza uses School. Yeah, he uses School, that's what he said. You charge them on a monthly basis, or if you want, you can like, you know, cash out or like probably give it for $200. But a good way to do it is with a monthly subscription, so that you can even be accountable to yourself. And also it doesn't seem like a big sellout. So if the subscriber doesn't find value in your teachings anymore, you know, they'll just be like, yeah, you know, I'm sorry, bro, like I don't find value in this, I'm just rescinding my offer. And that's how it works. That's the way how to make $10,000 online every month with the new meta. The 1,000 true fans that you have gained with your hard work, just like tell them, like, okay, bro, you know, there's this online community right now that I'm making, and like this a place where we can call, and like there'll be group calls, and I'll be providing a lot of value, and I'll be providing my teachings, and we can like drink coffee together, and we can talk about like our life, and like there'll be other people who are joining this, so you can even talk to them, and they'll be like same like you, because they are like me, just attracting through authenticity. And then people who actually really like you would be like, oh my god, this guy who I've been watching for like so many months, bro, he's actually making a place where I can talk to other people like him, and probably I can even talk to him. Bro, I'll just take my money. And if, again, like I said, the 1,000 true fans, they believe you, they will literally call, and they'll be like, oh wait, this guy making a product, oh bro, fucking hell yeah, bro, I'm in. It's the power of actually giving value to people, is that they will give money to you, but you have to give them value first. The bottom line of making $10,000 a month: grow your following, in this case YouTube, grow your YouTube. Again, sorry. Grow your YouTube, send them to the private community. You're rich. Sounds simple, but it's a long process, and I wish you the best on your journey. I'll summarize the 5 steps. I'll summarize the whole video actually. The previous meta that we have been fed ever since we were young is the education system. The education system's meta doesn't work anymore. The world is changing. Everything is becoming online. Online is the future. Education is the future. The way how you become rich using today's meta is synthesizing. Synthesizing is basically curating information. It's basically summarizing information. It's basically teaching information that you have learned. If you're a synthesizer, that means you consumed something and you're just teaching it in your own way. What is synthesizing? Synthesizing is basically you consume, you learn, you implement, and you teach it in your own way. What are the 5 steps to synthesizing? You learn/consume. You consume a lot of content, something which you're particularly interested in. You implement it in your life to actually gain results. You gain those results, you make a story. Step number 3, you teach those results to anyone in the world. That's the beauty of online. You teach what you have learned. After these 3 action steps are done, you keep on doing these again and again and again and again. You build a personal brand for yourself by being the face of your brand itself. You build a personal brand by being authentic and combining it with your personality. And after you have built a good amount of following, step 5 is to monetize. And that doesn't have to be shallow. That has to be as wholesome as you can make it to be. Bro, I have made a community where you and I can talk one-on-one. Join. That doesn't sound like a salesperson. That doesn't sound like a businessman. Learn, implement, teach, personal brand, monetize. I just wish you the best for your journey, bro. Start today. Wherever you're watching this, if anybody's watching this, start today. Think about what I just said. I will link Hamza's video down below because he has a lot of value. It's a 2.5 hour long video. This is 1 hour 15 minutes, bro. It's basically half his video. So I've curated the information. I have synthesized it right now. Yeah, that's it. Do it. Do it tired. Do it broke. Probably do it even scared, but just do it. Become comfortable with discomfort. And always remember, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.